Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another StarCraft 2 1 vs 1 replay casted by myself. My name is Axel and I am super excited to bring you this game. In the bottom left we have none other than EGStrifeCro, and in the bottom right we have the blue Terran player EGDeMusliM. Now, the reason I'm so excited is because this is another game from MLG Dallas, or MLG Columbus I should say, 2011, and these two players are meeting in the winners bracket round number 2. That's right, these two powerhouse players from powerhouse teams are meeting in round 2 of the open winners bracket. Now there's a big joke behind MLG kind of setting up the EG players, having them play against each other in the early rounds. I mean, there were all those tournaments last year where Machine and In Control kept sniping each other. So EG definitely not happy about this, but taking it all in good stride, I would say. And as I say good stride, it looks like all these SCVs do not have a good stride, as they all stop for a second there. Maybe a little bit of nerves on DeMuslim's part, and it looks like there was a pause there, but this is not live, this is a replay. But anyway, as I was saying, they're taking it in good stride. You may have seen In Control gave a little interview, made a little fun at MLG because these two players got matched up so early in the tournament, but it's all good. We get to see a great game, and that's all that really matters. And there's actually a little bit of controversy about this series, and I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want to spoil anything, but definitely look forward to that story near the end of this series. And it looks like we have StrifeCro putting up his 15 at hatch, so definitely looking to go for a macro game, for a long macro game. And of course, Zergs tend to like to do that. I mean, that's the style of the race usually, but anyway, this map is going to be Typhon Peaks. Oh, and I just want to touch on one little point really quick. They are teammates, so this introduces a whole new element to this game, in that, hey, since you're my teammate, you're not going to cheese me, right? I mean, honestly, they wouldn't in a practice game. And like, these players have practiced with each other a lot, I'm sure. So definitely a lot of mind games going on in between these two players. I wish I could get in their heads, but unfortunately, I'm just the guy in the sky looking down upon them, and they're making all the moves. So I can't really get into their heads, but I can make some assumptions and make some guesses. So these two players definitely have played each other a lot and should know what to expect. And from that, they should, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they did a completely opposite strategy of what they usually do against each other, because of course they both want to win this tournament. Don't get me wrong, they both want to take each other out, stomp on each other's throats, call it what you want. They both want to win, so wouldn't be surprised to see unique strategies. So really excited. And anyway, yeah, this map is Typhon Peaks, and it looks like we have a Marine and SCV trying to do some harassment to these drones. Do take out one drone, and this Marine does flee for his life, but he will get picked off by 6 Zerglings from EGStrifeCro, and they will pursue that SCV back to DeMuslim's base, and it looks like he is putting down an early command center. Anyway, about this map. Now, a Zerg normally doesn't like it because of the narrow choke points. I mean, it really makes Protoss like really powerful with those force fields in the mid game. So, and against Terran, I guess those choke points aren't that good either, because tank splash damage can do so much damage when the Zerg units are clumped together. So, and another thing is that StrifeCro, honestly, actually StrifeCro right now, delaying that expansion, always a good thing to do, but he doesn't want to lose too many links here. He has to be careful. He does lose one, but then does back away. And anyway, I think StrifeCro lucked out a little bit on the positions. I mean, if he had spawned over here, I know Zergs hate spawning close positions via the rocks, I should say, on this map, because, well, that makes for some really good timing pushes, similar to the old Shakuris Plateau. A lot of people who are criticizing the current map right now are saying that this is similar to the old Shakuris Plateau, where they had those two rocks that lead right to your opponent's natural, and that definitely is the case on this map. But in this situation, that is not the case, because it looks like they are spawning left and right of each other, so that narrow pathway does not lend itself towards this game. But anyway, we have an expansion coming out from DeMusliM that has been completed. Not an orbital command yet. I'm a little bit curious why that hasn't happened. Maybe conserving his money for something else, and it looks like he is trying to get Hellions out of that factory, trying to do some harassment, also getting Reactor on that barrack. So definitely wants to be Marine heavy this game, or he may transfer that to the starport to get those medevacs out and Vikings out ASAP, but not Vikings at this point. It's more common to see those medevacs. And back in EGStrifeCro's base, we have a Roach Warren going down and has been completed, so I'm curious to see what he's going to do here. It looks like he's producing nothing but Zerglings and Roaches at the moment right now, so that leads me to think he may do a timing push in the near future. I mean, and it looks like we do have a scan coming down from EGDeMusliM. Let's see exactly what he saw. He did see the Roach Warren, so he could have an idea that some aggression is coming, and some aggression is coming indeed. EGStrifeCro has about 6 Roaches marching towards his opponent's base. And does he have any bunkers to defend against us? He has 2 building right now, but since the bunker time has been decreased, I don't think these will finish by the time these Roaches get here. And here we go, the Roaches are marching forward along with 26 Zerglings in the production tab. So EGStrifeCro definitely going for it here, wants to win the game right now. Here we go, the Roaches are attacking those Marines. Some good target fire there, but the Hellions are coming in trying to do too much damage. I mean, they don't do a lot of damage to those Roaches, but what are you going to fight with when you don't have that many Marines and you don't have any Marauders? He has to pull those Hellions to try to do some damage. It looks like these bunkers do get completed and the Marines are being loaded in there, so this should honestly discourage EGStrifeCro from continuing to attack unless he tries to run up the ramp and do some damage to the economy of EGDeMusliM. But EGStrifeCro continuing forward with this aggression does take out one bunker. He's going to try to work on the other, but honestly he's just throwing away units at this point. In my opinion, I'm not sure he'll be able to take out this bunker, but as I say that, looks like that bunker is getting into the yellow, but there is one SCV that is healing, and 2 Hellions do come down from the main to try to deal with the rest of this force. But EGStrifeCro continuing to bring in the Zerglings, not stopping with this aggression, ends up running into the main and going straight for that mineral line, but those Zerglings will get dealt with. Back at the natural expansion, that bunker does end up staying alive, and EGStrifeCro is left with only 6 or 7 links here, and continuing this attack. I'm pretty sure he should have backed out by now, but that bunker is in the orange, so maybe hoping to eliminate that. And the Zerglings continuing to come in to flow into the natural of EGDeMusliM, and actually EGDeMusliM looks like he may hold this off, but he is down 55 to 33 supply. So these Zerglings are going to go for the surround. They could take out this bunker. They are focus firing that down along with the SCV, and no more healing is being done. And those Marines get unloaded directly into the medevac. So pretty cute play from EGDeMusliM with that medevac. And this command center will lift off and leave the natural. He has given that up for the time being, and a Banshee does get out. So that should deal with the rest of this these Marines, but or the rest of these Zerglings, I should say. But what's important to note here is that this natural was delayed for quite a bit, and quite a few SCVs were killed. You can see the Harvester tab 40 to 22 right now, so EGStrifeCro definitely finds himself the lead also with that supply count 64 to 42. So the red Zerg player EGStrifeCro definitely feeling good about himself. He is bringing some more Zerglings into the national expansion of EGDeMusliM, taking out a mule. That's a huge deal, actually. I'm surprised EGDeMusliM didn't drop that mule into his main expansion just to be safe. It looks like these Zerglings are going to try to poke up this ramp, but don't end up doing anything, and they do end up taking out another mule and an SCV and continuing to harass this command center. But these Banshees will eventually ward those Zerglings away. So EGStrifeCro definitely an effective early attack, but we do have a drop here. We'll see how much damage EGDeMusliM can do with this. I don't think he has stim yet. No, he doesn't. So coming forward without stim and a medevac there, and the drones are going to pursue, but he does. EGStrifeCro has 3 queens to deal with this, so very good from EGStrifeCro, staying on top of that queen production. I'm pretty sure he got those extra queens out to deal with those incoming Banshees, which are at the north side of his natural expansion right now. And the medevac does pick up and run away, and is pretty low in health, so he has to be careful about that. And here come the Banshees. And I wanted to say, EGStrifeCro did put down a Spire somewhere. There it is at the bottom left, and some Mutalisks are being made. So once those get out, these Banshees should be dealt with quite easily. A Spore Crawler is already down, so very good advancement play right there from EGStrifeCro, seeing that the Banshees are coming and putting down that Spore Crawler. And here we go, the Banshees are shelling away at that Roach Warren, and these Marines should be able to help him out. But here come the Mutalisks, so the Marines are going to try to deal with the Mutalisks, I should say, while the Banshees do some damage of their own. But the Banshees eventually do get taken out, and here we go, EGStrifeCro coming forward with those Zerglings and Mutalisks, and do take out the medevac along with these 2 Marines. No, those 2 Mutalisks deciding not to deal with those Marines, waiting for those Zerglings to come in, and there goes those Marines. So EGDeMusliM definitely behind in this game. The supply count is now 88 to 46, so that harassment definitely did not pay for itself. EGDeMusliM has been far behind throughout this game, so I guess he was hoping for that Banshee, those 2 Banshees and that Marine drop to do enough damage to get him back into this game, but unfortunately for him, that is not the case. EGStrifeCro is coming forward with some more Zerglings, doing some more harassment at EGDeMusliM, and looks like these Hellions aren't going to be able to do much about these Mutos because they can't shoot up, but the Mutos are coming forward, so a little bit of a chance for DeMusliM perhaps, but these Marines and Mutos are just swarming forward and dealing with these Marines. Actually, they're all getting killed as I say that. Are these Mutos going to stay or back away? DeMusliM giving it up right there. I don't blame him. He was down 91 to 45 supplies. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Remember, this is MLG Columbus 2011, a replay from that happened this past weekend, and this is a best of 3, so there is at least going to be one more game. So tune in for that. I'm going to put a link at the bottom of the screen, so definitely click on that, and I'll see you there.